All right.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nuuli Forged. Thank you very much for bearing with us as we had a late start this evening. Matt, who plays Spoot, is en route with a burrito. He and I had to work a little late today, so he's en route home. And Amber, who plays Greg, has stepped away to deal with some stuff for a moment, but she will be right back. So we're going to play some fun times. It's going to be a good time. Welcome. Hello. Hi. How are you? We're going to do a speed round of introductions and everything. So I need someone to quickly roll me a D100.
I did it last week.
Sure.
Go ahead, Sarah.
I wasn't here last week.
Yeah.
51.
51. Ooh, that sounds close to something we've had before.
I think that
Yeah,
was
50.
one more than I rolled last week.
It is.
Yeah.
Ooh,
We're going in order. It's great.
This is an interesting question. This is gonna be interesting. We're gonna find out who the philosophy majors are this week.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
God damn.
My worst class.
Yeah. So, everyone, please go around, introduce yourself, your character, and let us all know, is your character the most swayed by ethos, pathos, or logos?
Oh, I don't remember this much.
Oh, God. What does that mean?
Yeah,
for
I'm
those
looking it
who
up
for
right now.
those who need a little,
Ethos is the sense of good and evil, and pathos is the sense of joy and sadness.
well, so logos appears to reason, building up a logical
Right.
argument. Ethos is the speaker's is what appeals to a speaker's authority or status. So, like, if somebody like the president is talking, you would put more trust in them than if it was like Bob on the street. And pathos appeals to emotions, making people feel either angry or sympathetic. So reason, position / power, or emotion. So that's a fun one. And we will start up in this corner with Mike.
My name is Mike. I play Defect, a Warforged barbarian. I'm still quickly trying to wrap my head around the definitions, but the one that you said was about emotions.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? Logos? Pathos?
Pathos.
Pathos.
Pathos is
Pathos.
emotions.
Probably that one, considering that up to this point, Defect has been carrying a book of poetry and whatnot, and been quoting from it recently, a lot more recently. So I'll go with that.
Very cool. We'll pop on down to right below me. We have
Oh,
Sarah.
that's me. But Greg's back. Greg's back.
Not yet.
I am Sarah, and I play Olive, the half-orc druid. And Olive, probably somewhere between pathos and logos. She definitely doesn't give a damn about who's in power and authority, but definitely somewhere between emotion and logic.
Very cool.
That-
Very cool.
Yeah, like she definitely thinks that there's a way things ought to be.
How
And
about
that's
that?
the logic, but
Yeah.
that's what I got.
I dig it. Then we have. I'm gonna give Amber the question so she knows what we're talking about. Dun dun dun.
It's so bad. Run away. Run away.
Amber, please introduce yourself, introduce your character, and tell us whether Greg is mostly influenced. Influenced, is that the right word? Swayed.
Sway.
Swayed.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Swayed by ethos, pathos, or logos. Ethos being an appeal, like listening to people of power or authority. Logos being listening to reason, and pathos being listening to emotions.
Well, my name is Amber. I play Greg, the Goblin Artificer.
Can't get my hair up.
Definitely the feeling one, but I already forgot what it is.
Pathos.
Pathos.
I
There you
forgot.
go, pathos. And probably Logos, unless Pathos supersedes, right? But positions of authority, no, thank you.
That's fair.
Like 0. But like would try to be logical, but then really Pathos would just like totally override.
I think
So,
all of the
yeah.
opposite mix of emotion and less logic overrides.
Yeah. You know.
Very cool. I've
Very
got
cold
it.
until-
Very cool. I like that. I've got it. Congratulations on changing your tire and returning home victorious from that. Having had to do that with Mike on the side of a highway, it's really a pain in the ass.
Wait, Mike, you were with
No,
our
not-
on the side of the highway?
No, with me. Mike and I have been in a rental car that a tire just shredded. Actually, one tire got shredded. The other tire got a slow leak from the same spot in the highway. It was construction debris that apparently was hitting like multiple cars over in that time frame, and the tire changing place told us and was like, yeah, we're making a great business out of it. And I was like, you son of a bitch. But luckily I've got it was in a parking lot and just got a bolt, so good job. Well done on that. And now hopping on over to Tanner to introduce himself down there.
I am Tanner. I'm playing Nereus, the Azamar sorcerer. Honestly, I would have to say just Logos. Because, as someone who does a lot of persuading, though sometimes it's very iffy on whether or not it's going to help the situation or hurt the situation. There's more logic used in it than emotion, so I feel like he would respect that as well.
Very fair. Okay, and it looks like we have Matt attempting to join us here.
Or a gray square, one or the other.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
Well, he has
muted Matt.
there's no body.
Matt's camera is specially high tonight. Hello, Matt's
Here's
camera.
Matt's disembodied head.
Spoot pulled into his shell. Hey there, buddy. Welcome to the show.
We
Glad
can't
you
hear
got
you.
home all right. Womp womp.
I mean, it's fine. You can leave it off.
Ooh,
You
hard.
can just gesture wildly when you need to say something. It's fine.
No,
Go
you have
ahead. What do you have to say?
You have to do interpretive dance anytime you need to say anything for RP.
Yeah.
Same.
Aww.
Same.
I feel you, buddy. I feel you. For those of you who do not work in the event industry, let me tell you, it is crazy busy right now.
It's rough out there right now.
Yeah. I have
Everybody
gotten
go home.
I have gotten so many calls that are like, "Hey, are you available on these days?" And they're all the same, and I'm like, "No, I'm busy heading 2 shows right now. Goodbye."
Yeah.
It is.
Do you
swamped.
want to work with the elderly with dementia? Because I'll trade you.
I don't know. I was at a strike from 3 a.m. until 6 p.m. last night, so
I've done those.
Yeah.
I just showed up completely shit faced the whole time.
Did it feel like you were also working? Never mind.
well, great. So, Matt, you are here in time to answer the question.
Yes.
You must introduce yourself, your character, and say if your character is more swayed by ethos, pathos, or logos. Ethos being like status and authority, pathos being emotion, and logos being reason.
The answer should be reason, but it's probably emotion.
Yeah.
That's your name?
Yep, that was it. That was the whole introduction. Hi, I am. The answer should be reason. Sorry for those of you that don't know me. I am Matt, and I usually play Spoot. And Spoot tries to be guided by reason, but lets emotion get in the way. That probably was eerily similar to someone else's answer.
There were a lot of crossovers, yeah. Very cool.
We
What?
have emotion, a logic before emotion, two emotions before logic, and one logic.
And none of us give a shit about authority.
Who said logic? I'm curious.
Wow,
Nereus.
you mean a bunch of D&D adventurers don't give a shit about authority? I'm shocked.
Wait a minute. I give a
Yeah.
shit about authority. Too much sometimes.
Fair.
Listen,
Spoot is the
let's-
one to be like, well...
I have learned to just keep my mouth shut.
I know how to make a guillotine. If anybody's ready.
Is that
In the game
that
or
what
in
you-
real life? Because,
In real life.
well, yeah, I think we're almost there. It's crazy now.
I made a miniature scale version for woodshop in high school. I just have to blow up the measurements.
like you do?
Nice. I
I
love
was going to ask where on your proficiency sheet that fell, but
In Tanner's proficiency sheet, that is literally boundless.
it.
I am a
believe it.
wildlands firefighter. I am a lumberjack. I can do construction. I can do electrician work. I can do plumbing. It's great.
Jack of all trades.
He's a very handy
Master
man.
of none. Oh, I am very handy.
He's also good with tools.
I make them
nah.
all the time.
Yeah, you do. Good for you. I'm just
Handy
jealous.
and handy.
Yeah. So, with that, I am Jared. I'm your dungeon master here on Nuuli Forged. We and these 5 glorious misfits play in a. I'm sure I've got it. Wants to know, Tanner. Can you change a tire?
Yeah.
There you go.
I can also change my own oil and spark plugs.
See, he's just full of surprises.
Yours or your car's?
I don't have spark plugs.
And with that, these 5 glorious misfits play in the world of Nuuli, which I have created in my brain, and they are brave enough to do that. So good job, everybody. We are a 5e homebrew campaign, and we have a lot of fun here, and hope you do too. So welcome in. And with that, we will go right into last time on Nuuli Forged. Grigg left the Black Pearl in the pre-dawn light, answering a summons sent to them the previous evening. They weaved their way down below the sewers to the remains of some sunken ruins that have long been co-opted by the Goblin Street Gang, the Grubby Grabs, led by their father, Boss Grask, with his son Shek by his side, who happens to also be Grigg's brother. And so began a long and emotionally turbulent conversation between the goblin family. Meanwhile, the others hoping to find Grigg, but had no clue as to their whereabouts, so Nereus used his charms and a bit of gold to ask for Spark Yarrow's help, via her contacts, to which she agreed. Spoot used his new scrying spell to confirm that Grigg was in fact safe and alive, and so they were. Spark pulled through and arranged an introduction to a family member of the Grubby Grabs. And when sweet-talking and intimidation failed to wield results, Nereus opted for the strong-arm approach via a telekinesis spell, lifting the little goblin ever higher into the air, drawing a crowd and the local guard. The tenants, the goblin, agreed to give them the information they wanted. So good job. The remaining members ventured through goblin traps and tunnels to join Grigg in a very tense meeting. Defect, who was in actuality what Grask wanted, threatened violence, but Nereus convinced the goblin boss to allow them to leave with the promise that Defect fights in the arena the next day and will win and yield great profit if Grask was only to bet on Defect. Being extremely persuasive, Grask agreed to Nereus's proposal, but warned that they would be watched, and if Defect was not victorious, they would be speaking again soon. Once out of the tunnels, Grigg exploded in a rage, and yelling at the party, and Nereus especially, before wandering off on their own, seemingly very annoyed that they all showed up at their parents' place. So who knows what that's about. The rest of the party split up to attend to their own feelings after the conflict. Greg going off to their old favorite hidey hole near Marilot's towers. Spoot wandered down to the docks, reflecting on his responsibility for the current circumstance. Olive meandered off to the polished mug with Nereus, who soon left Olive there and returned to the Black Pearl, where he was held accountable to his actions by Yarrow, and informed that he owed her a few favors now, in exchange for the damage he caused both to her establishment and to her reputation and contacts in Winton. He tried to buy her with the promise of Defect's upcoming proposed victory, but she informed him that Defect was not in fact on the list to fight in the arena. The arrangement Nereus had made there had been with a con woman.
If I see her, she's dead.
Luckily, Spark happened to know people in the right places and sent Nereus off to arrange things. Meanwhile, Defect wandered towards his old stomping grounds, the arena itself, and after being denied entry in his disguise Adis look, he decided to climb to a roof that he saw that seemed to have a good view, and up there he not only noted the perfect view of the center of the arena, but was also dwelling on his inability to do anything for Greg. He felt as though his own strength meant nothing in that confrontation. Nereus, meanwhile, met with an orc named Pog, who seemed to hold some kind of position in the fighting pit that allowed him to make it possible to get Defect into an exhibition match. So, arrangements made, plans in motion, and deals hanging in the balance, the party reconvened at the Black Pearl, and after a silent dinner went to rest, one by one entering a tense sleep, before awakening and heading out towards the arena in the pre-dawn light to see if they could find any takers for Defect's exhibition match. Woo, that was a long one, but a lot happened last week.
Yeah.
It did.
So, we begin, my dear friends, with the dawn light just beginning to crest over the ocean side of Winton, coming up from the east, lighting up the arena in kind of a silhouette as you approach, big long shadow. And there are already crowds beginning to gather around, especially around the entrance that the combatants generally use, hoping to catch a glimpse of their favorite, perhaps. As you all approach, Nereus, you see a familiar form. You see that the older, kind of tall, broad, but like bit bellied gone to pot form of Pog, the orc you spoke with the previous evening, apparently waiting for you as the arrangement you made.
I got excited thinking it was the bitch who stole my money.
Not yet.
She's so dead.
You can make a
As
perception
the-
check, see if she's around.
Sure.
As the arena, Olive's going to produce a handful of good berries and hand them to Defect.
I think that's cheating.
And
I'll
I
take a
know.
couple.
I'm
though.
totally gonna help cheat in the competition.
surely they're allowed to have snacks.
Yes.
Also true.
God, you're gonna gain like. Can Warforged gain weight?
Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, right? I mean,
Wood swells.
oh wait, actually,
That's true. Because
yeah.
it gives you enough calories for one
Water
day. So
weight.
if you eat 10, you sprout leaves because of the extra nutrition.
It doesn't say it produces excess nutrition, just that it's enough nutrition.
Yes. So,
Your
I mean, if
your
you
your power cells are at full. Yes.
eat- must build additional pylons.
Hey now.
All right. That's the guy I talked to yesterday. Fog.
Mhm.
Apparently he was the other lady was a con artist. So if I see her, dead. And
Checks
then we'll
out.
probably have to skip town after I commit murder. But
That's okay. I hate this town anyway.
Greg, I'll get you 100 gold back, or at least try.
Good.
So as you approach the arena,
Oh,
I
Greg,
just
make sure those fingers are extra sticky today. It's a crowd full of or like a coliseum full of people.
you can certainly try. As you all approach the arena, I just want to get a quick read on how everybody is feeling about this upcoming possibility. I'd like to start with the Warforged Arcanaton of the hour. What's going through Defect's mind right now as he approaches this place, which is really the only permanent structured home you can recall,
Yeah.
but also has a lot of like defeat tied to it.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like there's a lot of PTSD going through his head right now. You know, these flashbacks of every defeat and I don't know, he's nervous knowing that like so many people are now betting on him to win these fights, and like he's like, you know, that's great, but I never won a fight here. So a lot
pressure.
of that, and then like maybe a smidge of like positivity trying to like burst out, being like, I can do this. I killed 3 dragons and a big fish. I can do this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well,
you
that's the big-
did deliver the death blow on the big fish.
It was this big.
It was a really big fish.
Very cool. Greg, how are you feeling as you approach this place where you really first saw and united with Defect and kind of inspired your whole departure from Winton?
Right. Just paranoid looking around for whoever's following us and uh really not wanting to be there actually. Being like, this is stupid, why are we doing this? But also glad, like ready to be there for Defect, but that's about it. Basically, like, we should be not doing this. This sucks. We're gonna try to make my dad money and it's not gonna work, and then we're gonna be in trouble, and just angst. General angst and paranoia.
Why don't you go ahead and make me a perception check as you are frantically scanning around?
Perfect.
And because you know what you're looking for, you can do this at advantage.
Okay, well, yeah, 8 or a nat 1.
With an 8, there's a lot of shit racing through your mind right now, and you can't focus in on faces or individuals, so it's hard to know.
Yep. That's fair.
Wow, an 8. Wow, that's rough. Cool. Olive, how are you feeling? One question, Olive. Before you went to bed last night, do you think it's possible you attempted to get your fancy new armor or not? That is waiting for you in Fey Harbor. You haven't tried.
Yes.
You haven't tried it
I
yet.
haven't tried yet.
You
So
can
no, I
say. You
probably
can say
haven't.
now. Okay, cool.
Probably not.
That's cool.
Olive is distracted by being in this city, which she kind of hates, and is really into anything that is going to get us through this and on the other side. And like,
Yeah.
I don't think she would be tempted to open up a portal in a crowded tavern, even if it was in her room. Like,
That's totally fair.
everything about being, she's not a fan of the city. She doesn't like being in, Fey Harbor was on like the limit of city size that she was comfortable being in, and she wasn't super keen on that.
Totally
She's
fair.
definitely not into Winton, and she is interested in all of us surviving this experience and leaving town.
Fair
and
enough.
if this is what we have to do to get there, then let's get on with it. And here's your good berries. Try to survive the next few hours, and
Yep.
whatever she can do to help push this along.
Very cool. Nereus, how are you feeling going up to this place that you've heard about and you've attended once?
Nereus is hoping Defect wins so we can get some of those debts and favors cleared. But is also ready to just like GTFO if all goes wrong.
Cool.
Either
Hope for the best, plan for the worst.
Yeah, either by bird or teleportation.
Fair enough. And Matt, what is Spoot feeling as he's approaching this this reconstructed arena that is a temple to, you know, physical violence and brutality, but competitive sport at the same time? That you've never been to anything like this before, but it seems to be something you got to do. Oh, you're muted.
Yeah.
You are.
Nope.
It was working
Interpretive
before.
dance.
Just don't touch things.
We're gonna need you to do some interpretive dance to explain how you're feeling.
With the burrito.
He found it. Somebody cast silence on Spoot, says I've got it.
Hello, hello.
Hey, there he is. There's those dulcet tones.
I did nothing. Never mind. Discord, if you're listening.
Silence.
I don't know what it is with you in Discord. It hates you.
It really does.
I've never had a problem. I mean, aside from, yeah, one time my thing was not switched to it because I had changed it to something else.
I literally switched away from the mic on my headset and then back to it. And then it started working. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
Maybe it doesn't like the mic mute. I don't know.
But it's only muted when it's red. Check it out.
Ooh.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
No, I'm
Discord, you'll get yours.
No, I'm not.
I'm watching you. You're gonna get bought by Microsoft anyway. Where was I? Oh, what is Spoot thinking? Yeah, I don't know. Spoot's got a lot of conflicted emotions here. He obviously wants Defect to do really well. He thinks Defect deserves this. He doesn't want to see Defect get hurt, which is maybe silly considering that we fight dragons together. Yeah, it just feels like we're in a big pickle right now and a little stressed about it, to be honest. Not super excited to watch a sport that involves people paying to bet on people to win or lose. So, a little uncomfortable.
Defect win, but don't win too hard. You don't
Don't,
wanna,
yeah, don't hurt them, but don't lose. I don't know.
You're stressing me out. I don't know what to do anymore.
Oh no, I mean, but I'm not telling you any of this. In fact, before I'll just be like, "You've got this." I'll remind you of all the big beasts that you've killed. I can't put any spells on you because I don't believe in cheating, but I got your back.
I
will say
Polymorph.
this.
Yeah.
Don't cheat.
Polymorph, giant ape. I will say this. Well, this is Winton. Anything can happen.
Defect, make a history check with advantage.
With guidance.
History.
I'll allow guidance.
I can't.
You
give
allow
guidance. You will?
13.
Yeah, sure.
Wow, I was just threw it out there, but yeah. I mean, I did kind of do the whole pat on the back thing, which is usually the thing I do when I just sneak guidance in.
Yeah.
So 16.
Cool. With a 16, here are things Defect knows about the arena, having been a competitor there. 1, rules are very important in the arena. The pit master, one Brug Boneback, is stringent about them. People who break them do not return to the arena very often. So the fact that you are getting back in might be an abnormality.
You're welcome.
Also, you know that there are enchantments around the arena itself, specifically around the ring, that reflects magic. To prevent exterior cheating, like from having the audience cast spells. That is why Greg had to jump into the pit in order to help you the last time you were here. And thirdly, with a 16, you know that the guards who work this arena, this staff, they are loyal not to Winton, but to Brug Boneback. And fiercely so. And he is an individual who is imposing, charming, and very well liked by not only the crowd and spectators, but by most of the combatants, and definitely by all of his employees. This is like the one place in Winton that is like legit. And it is run very sternly. And while Brug Boneback is not a member of the like ruling council in any way, shape, or form, he's pretty much given leeway to run this arena as he sees fit.
Okay.
If that influences your answers to any
Yeah,
of your
no,
friends.
definitely. It maybe not pertaining to the fights, but knowing what we know about the potential going on that's happening after the fight, with the potential stealing of an artifact. I'll mention, keep eyes open, see, be on the lookout for anyone suspicious. There was a really nice rooftop over there, even with a clear view inside the arena. So if anything goes down, those are the things to look out for.
A clear view of the arena, you say?
Yeah, I suppose we should probably also figure out like where the locker rooms are and like have some sort of plan for when Bodo shows up so that we can murder him.
Uh-huh.
Well, there's that clear view from the roof someone mentioned.
Yeah, but that's not like where they said they were trying to get into like the locker rooms.
I thought it was to, like, the champions area.
After
Yeah.
the fight,
Right.
Yeah.
they were opening a portal inside the middle of the arena, though, weren't they?
That is what you were told.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And you say there's a good vantage point for that, huh? Could you point out that roof again? Do I see it?
Yes, he points right to
Okay. I want to roll. I'm just kidding.
it.
Make Defect roll on it so he can roll another natural one and just point to, like, a random rooftop.
I am
just
not
point to a
that
person.
mean.
There's the
I
roof.
know.
Oh my
That's
god.
over there.
That would be hilarious. Get up there and be like, I can't see anything.
That's like, that's definitely the person to talk to get into the
It's
game.
this really spiry spinneret. How did Defect stand on this? What the
Those
hell?
eagle eyes must have
Super
had
tall
something to do
spire.
with this.
Cool.
Someone polymorphed him into a bird. Okay.
So you.
Ah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I am curious. Has Nereus? This won't change my answer necessarily, but has Nereus made any sort of proclamation about how they are not disinclined to cheat?
I mean, if there's a magical barrier. that
Well, I mean, but
prevents
like,
that-
technically, you didn't hear anything about that unless
Oh.
Defect specifically
Yeah,
divulged it.
yeah. Defect is the only one who knows all that stuff. So
No, it's not like posted prominently or anything.
nope. The rules posted prominently are no outside interference in matches. You and very like no fighting unless it's in the pit. No, follow all orders given by the guards. It's
Rule
very
number
like
one.
common sense kind of stuff.
A strict place in the whole damn.
It is. It's like a
City.
bastion of order in a
Pirate
sea of
right?
chaos.
No running near the
Yeah.
pool.
No glass on the beach.
Yep.
I mean, I spoot
No
in
smoking.
Hey.
Spoot will probably have commented just on to make a point about the cheating. I do think Spoot would have said that the Defect doesn't need it, that it's not right, that like Defect's got this. This is we don't even need to worry about it.
Well, if somebody else starts cheating first,
Yeah, I mean, obviously
just
we should
reply in
watch
kind.
their back if something goes wrong, but I mean,
well, of course.
it'll be fine.
I believe in Defect. Just, if somebody else starts trying shit, I am not afraid of doing the same.
How far away is that roof? I am wondering. Like, do we have
300
like
feet?
It looks to be 300 feet from
Yeah.
the arena. Yeah.
It's out of range anyway.
Yeah, it looks like. Well, it's probably closer to like the building of the arena, but Defect would know it's about 300 feet from the rooftop down to the center of the arena.
Gotcha.
Because Defect can see from a mile away.
Right?
Right.
No, like Spoot's suddenly like, what am I gonna see when I get up there? I have terrible eyesight.
So you all have these feelings in these conversations as you approach. Nereus, you get up there and you all see this older kind of like used to be like really buff orc, kind of gone to a little soft. He's got kind of like tannish green skin, like tan mostly, but with greenish hints to it. And he's standing there and he looks at Nereus and he's like, I have found willing combatants to remove themselves from the arrangement, from the list, in exchange for your payments if you are still interested.
We are interested. This is the accountant of our group. I'm gonna motion towards Greg.
What?
What?
Oh, what? What? How much do you want?
The fee for paying off the displaced combatants is 35 gold per combatant. In this case, that is a total of 70 gold to be paid to the combatant.
I glare at Nereus.
Do you have
Okay.
the funds available?
Yes. Right here. Glaring at Nereus.
He looks at all of the group, kind of his eyes darting very quickly. The 5 of you are all competing? And quick question, Defect, are you wearing your hat of disguise or no?
I want to say yes,
Okay,
only
great.
because that bounty is still
Great.
out there. We haven't really dealt with that, so
He looks around. I see 5 of you, but I do not see the competitor. Is he coming?
Right there. I'll just point towards Nadatus.
I am familiar with Defect. This individual is human.
Yeah, no, that's crowd control.
It's there's still a bounty, so we're trying to keep a low profile until we enter the arena.
A bounty?
We were told, so it's best to
The other
lay
day
low.
there were just also people like asking weird questions and wanting autographs and stuff. And
or just
throwing
trying to
fruit
start fights.
and trying to start fights. So this is just to get here without any hassle. It's definitely him.
Make a persuasion check.
Which one of
I was
us?
gonna step forward and say, like, it's true, I am Defect.
Any one of you can make a persuasion check with advantage.
You, not me.
I'll do it. I love these.
I thought that said a 1, but it says a 7. Okay, that's fine. 16?
With advantage.
Oh wait, advantage.
Advantage.
Do it again.
Might
Just in
get
case.
higher.
No, 16.
All right. Yeah. With a 16, he does a quick scan and kind of leans in close. Nods. Very well. I understand that crowds can be unruly. This way. Follow me, please. And he walks into the arena and kind of leads you all in. The guards kind of step back. You notice that there are like significantly more guards today than there were last night. It seems to be like they are anticipating many unruly crowds and perhaps problems.
Shocking.
He leads you down kind of into a side room down a bit of a corridor. And inside there is a human female and who's kind of like tall and lithe and like has like wraps around her arm and legs. Seems to be a very nimble individual at first glance. And next to her is another human woman who is short, stout, more muscle bound, and has a big scar down her left side of her face of some sort. And they're both kind of standing there. And Pog goes, "These are the two competitors who have agreed to vacate their match for the exhibition match of Defect for a total of 35 gold each. All parties are amenable to this deal. Please sign this paperwork as well as the individual paying this sum, one defect." The two women sign it, and Pog offers the pen, quill, and parchment over to Defect.
I take it in my large hand and sign a big D.
Yeah, you do. Do you take off your hat of disguise at this point, or do you keep it on?
So we're inside, away from the crowds now.
The crowd has not showed up yet. Like, there's like some like early birds, like, you know, people who like slept in line kind of deal. But there's
Right.
no like massive crowds. The arena doesn't open for a couple hours.
Okay, but we're not like in the
You're in a side
private
office.
areas.
You're in a side
Okay.
office, but you're not like in a locker room yet.
Okay, I'll keep the disguise on for now. Still,
Okay.
I'll probably keep it on until maybe in a locker room
Okay. Great.
before heading out.
You sign, and Pog looks to Greg. You are the money holder, correct?
Yep.
He indicates for you to pay the two women.
Boop. Boop.
Yep. They nod and both kind of look and give you a look of good luck, and walk out kind of chatting to each other very amiably. And off they go. Pog looks at you all. Defect, you may now enter the combatants. You may now enter the combatants areas. Right this way. The rest of you may wait until the matches begin. Odds are being calculated for this match. You may purchase standing room tickets if you desire at the gate.
Wait, there's no, like, but what if I'm Defect's coach too, like manager. I'm supposed to go with him.
Managers are allowed access with their combatant.
Cool.
Scoot has a big old shit-eating grin on his face now.
Good.
Very well.
Craig's shifty eyes and is like, oh good, I said the right word.
The
You
rest
didn't
of
need guidance.
the rest of you may wait outside and purchase your standing tickets.
Greg,
Yeah.
if we need to pitch is standing room now.
Oh my god.
I've
Standing room
got it.
tickets are 4 copper a person.
I've got
Oh,
it.
okay. I thought it was more
Welcome to Winton.
Oh my god. You
No,
want copper?
like the
Fine.
arena is actually surprisingly affordable. Like it's wants people to come in because they make their money not on admittance but on like the gambling.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
Do they also sell overpriced popcorn?
Popcorn. I am just really hungry.
You'll have to find out. So the 3 of you are shown back outside. Pog escorts Defect and Greg into the combatants area.
As soon as they are, walking away in one direction and we're kind of walking in another, just to be a little shit, because I wanted to go with Defect. Although I'm going to do this to Defect. I'm going to use Gust and blow the hat off of his head.
Okay. The hat goes off and kind of clatters a bit because of the various metal pieces. And Defect is suddenly the illusion disappeared. And Pog turns and looks. He's like, it is you. Good.
I pick up the hat.
Seems very
Dust it off.
unflappable.
Totally. Glance back at Nereus.
What do you? Don't look at me. It's drafty in here.
You should wear it.
Just glaring. Continued glaring at Nereus.
Glaring until the hallway makes them cuts off your vision.
That's right. Just walking sideways, backward, glaring back.
Stupid Azamar.
Right. I thought humans were bad.
Glorious. So
Gets
you head out. You split up. You get to the area of combatants, the combatant area. There's not many people here yet. There's a couple people coming in and like doing early morning exercises, stretchings. You can see that there's a few like healery type, kind of like rubbing people down, massage therapists. There's a guy doing yoga in a corner, or whatever the yoga equivalent is on this world. We'll call it Goya. They're doing Goya in the corner.
Isn't that a yogurt?
Actually, it's
Yeah.
beans, I think, but Goya, whatever.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
No, that's Goya. This is Goya. Different.
Yeah, that's the most popular brand
Oh.
of canned goods in my grocery
Yeah.
store.
So it's all open space. As you're there, like some kind of like file clerk looking individual comes up and says, hello, name please of combatant. Do you take
I
the hat
want
off?
Greg to introduce me,
Oh.
actually.
Hey, you're the manager now.
This is
I want my manager to.
That's right.
And you didn't put the hat back on, right?
No, I did not. No,
Okay.
I kept it off.
Okay. He looks. Oh, yes, of course. Nice to have you back. Defect. Weapon of choice.
I just point
My
the
axe.
Wonderful. You'll have to submit that for enchanting, because you are engaging in a blue match, so there will be no actual killing involved. Your opponent's weapons will also be enchanted in the same way to blunt the edges and prevent severing type of damage.
Kirk
course.
starts giggling.
Very well.
Legit. Severing.
And your manager's name?
It'll work.
What? Yes.
Your name is Yes?
What? I didn't hear you. I was busy laughing about the word severing. Grog.
Your name is Grog.
Yep.
Okay. Grog. Defect and Grog. Right this way, please. And you are shown over to some form of mage who takes your axe and kind of runs their hand over it, pinging it and going, not bad. And kind of mutters a few words, and a green edge kind of glows around all of your acts. And he kind of like calls over one of the guards. He stands there, grabs it, picks it up, goes over to a piece of fabric and rubs the edge along, and it does not cut. And returns it to your hands.
They better take that off before we leave.
It's okay. I can just
Does that
call
wear
magic and
off?
put it back.
Okay.
Is that
The,
time?
the clerk next says, this enchantment will be removed after your completion of events in the arena. It also will just fade automatically if you forget to stop by after you leave the arena grounds. It's a proximity thing. So,
Good.
yes. The pitmaster has spared no expense in ensuring that the arena is safe for the combatants. Unless they're in a red match. But you're not, so don't worry about that. Great. You have been assigned locker room 7. You are welcome to rest there, or you may relax in the common area. Take advantage of the training gym. I believe you know where it all is. And enjoy your stuff. And good luck in your exhibition match. Your competitor is very excited.
Who are we competing
And
against?
who-
No one told us.
Yes.
Your competitor has asked for that information to be a secret.
That's sketchy.
Surprise!
Right? Olive is just
Okay.
in the arena.
Sure.
Hi guys.
Spook the death cleric.
Scanning
with his hat off.
Scanning around the room, you see a
Yeah,
half
we're
elf with like some facial
changing.
tattoos and a long hair braid, and
Dun dun dun.
looks a lot like Carly. No, just kidding.
That would.
There
be
is a half elf
fine.
with facial tattoos, but it is
Oof.
decidedly male. As
Rick.
he has no problem doing Goya in the buff. So there's that.
Yeah, I'm still. I don't. Okay, never mind.
So, do you have anything you want to achieve in the next couple of hours? You have been told that your bout is going to be around the equivalent of 11 a.m. So you've got like you've got like 4 to 5 hours to kill.
I will
Okay.
start getting a sense of the layout, and if there's going to be a break-in, I need to know where.
Cool. Yeah. You can easily access all of these areas. The individual rooms you can't access because they are either occupied or locked. The ones that are open are just open. The individual locker rooms are all fairly small. They have like a chair and a bench and like a little cubby, but that's about it.
Is there any indication of like?
Is there a
like,
big
I'm
star
moving
on
around.
one door?
These are obviously the like. Yeah, exactly. These are the normal ones. Is there any indication of like where the champion room would be?
Yeah, it is very clearly marked champion's quarters. It has guards at it. It appears to be a limited access area, so you can't really get beyond them.
Sure.
But it is very clearly denoted. It's carved in stone. And there's currently a wooden sign hanging in a plaque under it that has the current champion's name in it, Gronk.
So there's Grog and Gruck.
Gronk. Gronk.
Cool.
Time goes by. Combatants start coming in. You see a variety of individuals. You see a lot of humans and half-orcs. You see a couple of what look to be like people maybe more like half-ogres. Maybe two of those. You see a couple... you do see a couple of halflings. You see a gnome with a mohawk, which is kind of crazy. You see a dark-skinned half-elven individual who seems to have like spines running down their back,
Ooh.
which is a little weird.
Okay.
Not wearing any protective garments of any kind, but just like spines, which is kind of interesting. There's a lizard folk individual, who appears to look like kind of like iguana-esque. And yeah, that's about it. It's a wide variety of folks here. Most of it is human and half orc, but
Is the lizard folk here for the after the red match cleanup?
who knows who's to say?
Next time.
Do they recognize me at all, or do they make?
A few of them do, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a few of them you recognize because like they beat you up before, and they just all kind of like, hey, punching bag. Oh, hello. Here to come back again, huh? You made quite the mess last time. Well, if it isn't Defect. And and you see a human woman comes over that you recognize as Sania. Sania was a woman who fought with a polearm in previous matches with you, and repeatedly knocked you down and sent you sprawling more than once. I didn't think they'd let you back in. You must have pulled something interesting to get your name back on this list. And in an exhibition match. How fascinating.
I guess it was only destiny that brought me back.
Well, it's a funny thing. I hope you have a good match, and I wish you the very best of luck. Don't take it personally, but the odds against you are staggering.
Well, there will be some people disappointed then.
I like your style, Defect. Good luck. And she kind of saunters away, swaying her hips a little bit.
Oh, you're so good, Mike.
Really though.
You look around the room, and like the matches sound like they're getting like hyped up. You can hear crowds beginning to come in. There are a couple people like looking at you like unsure, as if like you're fighting or if the goblin is fighting. Like they seem to be like doing that kind of like, is it you or is it you? And just kind of trying to figure you out. And that's when this gnome with the mohawk kind of like saunters over. And he's wearing plate mail. He's got a couple of swords like crisscross over his back in a very like, that is not the way you wear a sword, but he seems to be doing it anyway.
It's style points. I get it.
Right.
Yeah. Like this gnome is like, he's a gnome. He's short. He's got a mohawk. He's, fancy. Wearing a couple of cloaks, like one over the other. He's got two. One looks very kind of normal. The other one is like a lion's pelt. Tanner knows where this is going. And he walks right up. And he's like, "Hi, you're Defect, right?"
I am. And you are?
"Hi, I'm Grimble Hogsbane Tallfeather Bladeswinger. Nice to meet you." And he sticks out his hand.
I take his hand and shake it.
He vigorously
It's a pleasure
pumps it.
to meet you.
You too. I've heard a lot about you. They say that you are like this really big automaton thing. I've kind of met people like you before, but not here. We're in a different place of existence. I'm kind of here by accident. We were in Undermountain, which is in Faerun, but I guess you didn't know what that is. But long story short, I'm here by an accident. I'm hoping to get home soon, but in the meantime, I'm doing this fighting thing so I can, live and make some friends. It's a good time. But they talked about you. So that's kind of cool. But you're the only one that anybody knows about, apparently.
This is gonna go on the whole day. Go make your mouth.
He seems to be a very like
Like,
stream of
show up
conscious
here, wake up here
communicator.
one day.
Right,
And
Defect-
Grog is gonna
Defect is-
return.
Yeah, Defect's
So,
trying
did you
to
get
keep
through
up with all
portal?
his talking some.
Did you go through a portal? Was it created by a sword? Did it just appear in front of you? Was the rock involved and that glowed and then exploded afterward? Did other things come with you, or is it just you?
Yes, no, yes.
Did
Okay.
you keep
Did
up
on
with that?
purpose, or was it by accident?
Oh, it was totally an accident.
Oh. But an on purpose accident, like for science, or was
That's
it
a
just
great
like
question.
I was
I
walking
don't
through the
know.
woods and then you were like, I don't know what's
I
happening
went to
around
bed
here.
in my tavern, and then like I was here, so I assume it was a portal. I guess I
Weird.
could have just gotten like warped away for a minute, but that seems weird.
Did you open the portal? Do you know?
No,
that
I
you
don't know
opened-
how to do magic at all.
Do you know anyone who does? Do you have
Oh
any
yeah,
idea?
my best friend Dilo, he's an amazing wizard. And so is my friend Lorne. Well, he's not really a wizard, but he calls himself a budget wizard, but he's really made a deal, but that's kind of a different thing. My friend Nikos, he can kind of do a little magic. He's a paladin.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going through a religious crisis at the moment, but like I think he's got it sorted out.
Oh yeah, I know somebody who has religion, and it's always a crisis. It's weird.
No, not always. Like, I know some people who are very devoted to their gods, and it's totally okay.
I mean, yeah, but then they like get confused, and then they have like crisis of conscience, and they're like, "Oh God, did I do the right thing? Where am I? I don't know." And then they disappear for a while.
the
and then
really
they come
obnoxious
back.
one is Kellenvor, because Kellenvor like has really put a damper on like us raising our dead party members. It's been kind of a hassle. We've had to use interdimensional spaces. Unfortunately, Dilo has lost the ability to use that
You guys.
because Manchun is alive,
What?
or at least
No,
another clone
I-
of Manchun is alive.
What's a Manchun?
I'm
We
telling
had to
you,
make
this
one
will
of our
end.
people not dead, and it worked the first time, and then it worked the second time, and then they died again, and so we stopped.
Yeah. No, it's no problem unless a religious order has like gone on a city edict and been like, hey, like Kellenvor is the god of the city, and we say no more reses. Like we're gonna mess with the
Yeah.
resurrection magic. And it's
That's
like,
no
guys,
good.
you're killing us here. We're trying to earn a living and be adventurers and run a tavern. It's a dangerous business, and we're
Yeah.
taking on big things. We've stopped
You run a
dragons.
tavern.
We've saved entire cities before.
Dragons? We haven't
Yeah.
saved any cities. Or well, we've saved a town. And then we
That's
also killed a
great.
dragon. And then we killed another dragon. And then we saved a forest by killing an undead dragon.
That's good. I used to
Right?
have an axe that really hated undead, and man, that she was so nice. Her name was Azured. She was really cool, but I had to give her
Axe
back.
talk?
Yeah, it did. She was sentient,
Do
But
they
I-
come in staff form?
but I had to give her back because
Don't want one.
she, because I was going on an adventure, I had to be undercover, so I had to give her back to her previous owner. But
Oh.
anyway, it's nice to
You
meet
should-
you.
You should ask him about his name.
Yeah, you too. No.
That's
You're the second gnome I've ever met. Well, maybe the third.
Thank you.
There was one that was very talkative and very old and very friendly and liked fish. And then there was one that was making tiny flowers, and that was really cool. And then there's you. You're all very different. Are all gnomes different, or are you
Yeah.
all kind of the same, or are you always the
Nope.
same but different?
We're all the same in that we're gnomes, but there's different kinds of gnomes, and every gnome is different because every gnome's a person.
What if you're just that different because you're from another plane?
I am a little
Are
different
there-
from
are there
my
gnomes?
family, though. My family's made up of mainly lapidaries and like jewelers and some farmers and some brewers. But I'm the only like real warrior in the group. In fact, I started a whole like army against this invading feral hogs, and that's kind of how I got started.
Feral hogs?
Oh.
Yeah,
That doesn't sound
that's
like
how I got my second name, Hogsbane.
Ah, interesting.
Well,
Are you
anyway,
fighting
I'm going to get ready for my
Are
match.
you our opponent?
What?
Are you fighting us?
No,
Do you know who is fighting us?
no,
Are you fighting?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to that. I don't really care. I'm just here for the fun. I need to do something until I get back home.
How are you gonna get back home? Are you trying
This
to get back
is
home? Do you
fun?
think they're just gonna
I'm
show up
trying.
and get
If
you?
I can get enough gold, I can probably pay someone to portal me back to Faerun.
Interesting. We tried to open portals and they didn't really work. So I wonder if someone can actually do it on purpose. Because as far as I know, ever since the breaking, all the spell portals kind of broke. But
I've
No,
been hearing about
do
that.
that.
This like breaking thing. That seems like a weird thing. Your place has gone under. We haven't.
Yeah.
We had this thing called the Time of Troubles, and then we had the Spell Plague, but we're kind of over that now.
well, I mean, we think we're kind of over it. But then somebody might be trying to start it again. Anyway,
that
yeah,
sucks.
you should probably get ready for your fighting thing. Also, see us around sometime.
Yeah. See you later. Goodbye. And he just kind of like
Bye.
saunters off and away.
Lord
Uh,
have
That was
mercy.
literally the only thing that was gonna get Greg out of the paranoid funk.
Yay!
Creature from
What
another
an
plane,
interesting, odd fellow that was.
right?
Oh god, you
I
have
hope we
no
meet them again.
idea.
Maybe they'll travel with us.
You know
They're
that?
not
You know
there.
that gnome?
Maybe they'll travel
Tanner
with us.
does.
Tanner knows
is
that gnome.
Very
I know,
well
we're
acquainted
not
with
standing
that
here at
gnome.
all. I know, it's hilarious. I
Oh.
keep forgetting that we're not there.
So we flip back to our 3 outside people. You can easily buy standing room for 4 copper each. That's not a problem.
Here's
Great.
4 copper. Wait, does Nereus have 4 copper? Or is Nereus literally penniless?
He's penniless now. because I paid the application fee. I literally had 10 gold when I started with you guys.
Hilarious. I mean, Matt is just curious. Boot would have just given you 4 copper because he assumes you don't have any money.
Yeah.
Yep.
And money is
yeah.
meaningless.
Yeah,
I
so
look
the arena.
rich.
You look.
It's all
Look.
about appearances, baby.
In that I'm a wealthy hobo way.
Right. All right.
I'm very
Wait for
clean.
four
I
copper.
smell nice. Good clothing.
Yep. So you all pay your copper. The arena opens. People start filing in, getting ready for the matches. Immediately, there's a rush to the various and numerous stalls that have like iron gates in front of them. That are the money pits. It is the gambling dens, and you can see like all the odds of the competitors written up on slates.
What are Defect's odds?
I'm so glad you asked, Olive.
I suspected you might have something prepared.
Yes.
9,001.
So you see that most of the odds are pretty close. Like a lot of them scanning seem to be like, 2-1 odds, 4-5 odds. It's a wide variety of things. You notice that Gronk's odds are heavily in his favor. He is favored to win 200-1. He is unlikely to be disqualified at a 1-500 chance. And he is unlikely to fight to a draw in a 1-400 chance. Scanning down, you see, you find eventually Defect's name on the list. His odds are 1-30 to win. So 1 gold bet on him would get you 30 in return if he did win.
You're Nereus.
The odds of a draw for him are put at 1-8. Odds for disqualification surprisingly low at 1-5. You see a couple other like names up there, but no real sign as to who the competitor might be. Unless you make a perception check. Any one of you can make a perception check. You can all make perception checks.
I love making perception checks.
You get a perception check.
Everybody.
And you get a perception check.
Oh.
I hope
Very
that's not the only
good.
thing I have to do today.
Oh, I'm not so good today.
All right.
Yeah, but
what
you're
do
not
we got
right.
here? Anybody
Okay.
get below a 10?
No.
Cool.
Oh God, thank God.
So all three of you out checking out these lists. You do notice that on another side, at a central column, you see the matchups appear. And you find Defect's name, and it is outlined in blue. The slate is. It's a blue slate outline, and it has noted exhibition match. Defect versus GH T B.
GHTB.
Are
Yep.
they Scandinavian?
It's
They have
just
no vowels in their name.
there are points. It looks to be an abbreviation of some kind.
I see.
Scanning the list, you can find the matching name on the odds tables, and you see that this individual is favored 10-1 to win. And is 1-20 for a draw, so unlikely but possible. And 1-80 for a disqualification, so not supremely likely. Like, seems like whoever it is, they are a level combatant based on the odds.
Mhm.
Does it say what time the matches are?
Yeah,
Not that I would notice.
yeah. It roughly there's an order to it, more less so than a time, but like there's like a general time, and it's roughly the equivalent of 11 a.m.
Is when Defect fights.
is when Defect fights. Yeah,
And what
Okay.
time is it now?
it's about 9,
Okay.
so it's about 2 hours. Each match seems to be allotted about 20 minutes. for intros, combat, and then cleanup. So, and people are like going wild, betting on all kinds of things. People are betting on to win, to lose, to draw, for disqualifications, and there's all kinds of people just making bets. If any of you want to make any bets, now's your time.
I wish I had money.
Well, you don't, and no one's betting on anything. 'Cause betting's wrong. I'm just kidding.
Oh, get your panties out of a twist, Mom.
No, that wouldn't be a Spoot.
I'll-
Spoot would be
I'll
like,
bet
I don't
one
really.
gold on Defect.
I mean,
You will bet what,
that's-
Olive?
I'll bet 1 gold on Defect.
All right. Olive
So much
bets
faith.
1
gold
gold
piece. Come on.
on Defect to win.
To win.
All right.
Defect, if I had money, I would bet all of it.
Defect's not here.
That's true. I'm not
Alright.
there.
Spoot, are you
Thanks
going?
to
Are
the
you?
spirit.
You also can bet on a draw if you want to do that.
What's the champion's name?
Gronk.
Oh yeah, that guy.
You're betting on him to win?
Just kidding. Just kidding. No, Spoot-
Honestly, betting on Gronk to win probably not going to make you a lot of money.
yeah, it doesn't seem so. Spoot will.
You pretty much get back what you put in. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoot will say, I'm so sorry, Defect, even though you're not here. I just can't. I don't think I can get myself to. I don't even understand what these numbers mean.
Just,
alone-
just put money down on Defect to win, and
I.
when he wins, you get a bunch of money back.
Yeah, well, that doesn't feel right.
Why doesn't it feel right?
It's 4.
What kind of god do you worship? God
Not-
of no fun?
I mean,
Have you-
I
Have you
think
met
it's
Spoot?
I mean,
We
that's
do
that.
lots of-
I'm trying to get him to place money down. Hush.
We do lots of fun things. Walking is very fun.
For who? Not
The-
my fate.
You, in discovering new places,
I prefer the
new
flying
roads.
because I get to do less.
I feel like I have sinned actually every time I've flown.
Good, it's good for you. Sid leads to
even
a
though
fun
you
ride.
have specifically been absolved from that by your deity.
I still feel the guilt. Oh, it's
God.
a Catholic God.
Olive vaguely threatens
You're going to
turn
start
into
the
a bird
Catholic
again.
sect of Farlane, apparently.
Just kidding.
Oh Jesus!
Olive vaguely threatens to turn Spoot into a bird again.
If you don't sin, are you really living? That's the thing.
All right, so no money from Spoot. Cool. All bets of gold on Defect to win.
Only
right.
a gold? I mean, I'm not betting for moral reasons, but come on, only a gold?
Olive has no idea that that's like not the thing to do. It said 1 to 30, so she put in 1.
Actually, I don't understand either. That sounds like a pretty good logic.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of gambling dens in Southbrook.
Fair enough.
So the more money you put down, the more you
Sometimes
win.
the farmers get around and maybe play some poker, but it's not really a big gambling den.
So here's the thing, Olive. If you
Yeah.
give them 10 gold on Defect to win, you can get 300 gold for 10 gold.
But only if I get back to this counter to collect it.
Oh, I'm sure we can get
I
back
mean,
here.
that's a pretty good point.
I mean, you'd be out 10 gold. Which, I mean, goes really fast in the city, but we'll be leaving right after this.
It'd be
Well,
considerably
after-
less than what
after
we've
the-
already spent.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
what
please,
I-
you don't want to know what I can spend in one day.
We have seen it.
Oh, that's nothing.
I don't know if I am going to hang around, actually. I'm kind of wondering if it might be interesting to see it from that roof that Defect mentioned.
Do you want me to turn you into a bird?
I suppose if Defect was able to get on the roof, I would imagine I could also.
Famous last words.
I will
Right.
say,
That's bird.
among the rules written like upon the entry to the arena, it says no magics allowed and no crime allowed, like no stealing, no pickpocketing,
And no crying in
no
baseball.
magics.
Yeah.
No fighting. It doesn't say anything about like drinking or eating, like that kind of stuff's all allowed. But like anything that could influence the game or the match or like disrupt patrons or something like that seems to be prohibited.
So if we
And then
turn
you
into a screech owl, that would probably be
Are you
distracting.
thinking I'm gonna do something nefarious?
No,
Yes.
these are just the rules that are.
You're religious, of course you're nefarious.
Olive's going to look around for like a food and drink stand.
Easy enough. You find one.
What are they
10
selling?
gold for a popcorn.
They seem to have some form of sausage on sticks, and they have. Oh, thanks for the clip. I've got it.
Oh no, what's this a clip of?
Sausage on sticks. Sausage on
yeah.
sticks.
Yep, they're selling sausage on sticks and flagons of ale.
I will.
Yeah.
I will get a sausage on a stick and an ale.
Yeah. 4 copper.
Sold.
Yep. The sausage is heavily spiced, but good.
I will chew on my sausage and drink my ale and wander back over to my friends.
Yep. About this time, you all hear the first like bong of the crowd, kind of summoning like the first match will begin shortly. People begin like making final bets and like panicking, like, I need to put the money in. And other people kind of more casually strolling out to their place to be. And so the matches begin. You all notice each match is introduced by a orcish figure. He is obviously someone who is older. He has grayish blue skin, multiple scars, and his armor that he is wearing seems to be made of bones, and the vertebra is like covered by some like massive like expanded vertebra of some like crazy creature, like who knows what it was. It's hard to tell. It might even be multiple creatures that were cobbled together.
So we need to steal this for Olive.
I'm made of metal. I can wear it.
He's got lots of tattoos and a very like surprisingly like winning smile, and he greets the crowd and the crowd roars and they like are very excited to like be here today to celebrate this milestone for the champion Gronk. Let's hope he makes it. He's very much like a hype man, sort of like crowd working individual, despite obviously having the build of someone who knows how to wield weaponry. And so begins the various matches and bouts for the day. There's a few before Defect is scheduled to appear. You see a human man trounce another human man in a competition of archery. You see a couple of people competing in a relay race around the interior of the arena, like over obstacle courses.
Ooh,
It is
that looks like fun.
It is won by a halfling man. You see a human woman fight a lizard folk. The lizard folk individual is victorious in that. By using a net and a lasso, seems to overcome the little daggers of the human woman.
Very good tactic.
A half-elven individual fights fisticuffs in a blue match with a dwarf, not a dwarf, a very densely muscled human of indeterminate gender, but they are just brawling, and it is heavily cheered by the crowd. And it's about this time where you see a little box up in a little box as this match is clearing out. You see a dragonborn individual step out, and the crowd suddenly goes wild.
How injured are the people leaving the ring in these matches? Like, are people being
like
carried out of the ring or limping out?
one of the individuals, the individual of indeterminate gender, is kind of limping out of the ring. But there are medics on site, and like looking around, there are what appear to be multiple healers or medicine worker types around the ring and behind the portcullis that raises and opens for people to enter and exit from. And there are also many guards that are on the watch and just scanning not only the arena but scanning the crowd as well. And there seem to be stationary guards and patrolling guards. But yeah, you see this bronze-scaled dragonborn looks very slight and kind of dexterous, but he is there. He comes out and he like waves his hands, and the crowd starts chanting "Grunk, Grunk, Grunk," and he waves, and he's got this big like white-ish, grayish leather belt with a big like green stone set in it. And the crowd just loves him, and he like does a backflip and kind of hypes up the crowd, and then sits down for the next match, which is a 3-way battle actually. An individual wielding a battle axe, an individual wielding a trident, and an individual wielding a kind of halberd looking thing. And they go at it, and they seem to be like, and you notice that their the weapons have this green edge, like glowing edge on them. And they do some damage to each other. They get like bruised, someone breaks an arm, but otherwise not too bad. The individual with the kind of halberd ends up winning that bout. And next up is Defect, his match.
Yeah.
Wait. 1 second.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know you blew through all of the matches on the way to that, but I was curious if I could have actually checked in on them before the fight.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's Boots. I don't know if he's getting nervous or not, but wanted to send a message to Grig saying, "Hey, how are you? How is Defect?"
Counter spell. I'm just kidding. I'm not
We're
near
fine.
you.
We met a really
No.
cool gnome. Nobody knows who we're fighting, but Defect's really great, so it'll be fine.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting there next to Greg with my leg like shaking a lot, and just like nervous twitch.
Spoot considers the possibilities of sending one back, and then just will be like, "I'll send good vibes, but I won't send a spell just in case shit goes down tonight."
Okay.
Defect, you're shaking a lot. You're bouncing the bench. What's going on?
That's how I prepare for my games.
Oh, I mean, but this isn't a game. This is just like being at normal battle. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You killed a dragon.
3.
That's right.
And a big
That's the
fish.
spirit.
The office worker comes up to you. Your match is next. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Do we
Right this
get
way.
entrance music?
You will be announced.
Okay.
Right this way.
Are there
And
fireworks?
he leads Defect off to the entryway. Cool.
Can I follow? Is there a spot for me to go to watch too?
Yeah, managers are allowed to go. You're not allowed onto the pit, but you're allowed.
Okay.
But you're allowed like to watch like from the portcullis. You notice that there is a crowd like kind of like waiting at the portcullis. Like everybody's like very interested to see how this goes. And then all of you hear a voice, and those of you who are outside the pit see that orcish individual stand up from his like central chair again, and his voice like echoes over the thing. It's very Colosseum-esque. It's like designed to voice.
Whoa.
Yeah, everybody can hear him when he speaks from a certain spot. Fans, spectators, and fighting enthusiasts, We have a special blue exhibition match for you today. After months of being gone from these sands, returns a warrior with skin like stone, a resilient punching bag that walks and talks, coming back in an attempt to make good on past misdeeds and past failures. Standing at 6'8", made from parts unknown, Defect! And the portcullis raises.
Did he say defect?
Yeah.
And you see Defect walk out.
Bonus
Wait
action.
for half-eaten sausage in the air and cheer.
Bonus action. I'm gonna make my cloak billow
Yeah, you're using
Yeah.
it.
in a very awesome manner. It's gonna-
Yeah, you enter and like your cloak is billowing dramatically in the air, and people like the crowd is really mixed. Like people are like, oh, this is gonna be good. This is interesting, and some people are like, you hear like a variety of chants like, come on, you pile of rocks, or like, go down, boo, you suck. I lost 5 gold on you last time. Like you hear all variety of
People
things.
that are doing that.
I have a very important question.
Yeah.
For Mike. I know you can't choose it, but what would your intro song be? Choose
Oh
one.
my god.
The Mongolian throat singing metal song? Question mark.
Probably that one. Yeah.
Because that's what's playing in my head right now.
Cool. So yeah, Defect stands and cloak billows dramatically, axe over his shoulder, like woo crowd. And then the voice speaks again. And his opponent, the defender of another land, the gnome with the names and the blades, standing at 3 foot tall, 3'4" if you include the mohawk. It's Grimble, Hogsbane, tall fella, blade swinger! And the little gnome that you met earlier walks out beside you and says, hi, I just didn't want to spoil the surprise.
Hi. Wait, now you have to fight. Oh, no.
You are not on the sands.
Right,
He says
I'm
this
not out
only
there.
to Defect.
Okay. Hey,
Right.
that little guy.
And the portcullis closes.
Olive will turn to Nearest and be like, this is going to be so easy. Look at that little guy. Defect's totally going to trounce him.
The crowd, meanwhile, is like chanting, Grim, 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 Grim. They seem to like him.
That's his nickname? Wow.
I mean, you think Defect can trounce him easy, but I mean, I'm small, but I can kill things just as easily.
But there's no magic allowed on the pit.
No, but there's still martial prowess, which is nothing to scoff at.
Sure,
Indeed.
but little
It should
people are
be fun.
usually strong for magical reasons, and the signs say everywhere that there's no magic allowed.
I
A
mean,
little.
there's some weird things in this world, but they said another land, so can be
True.
interesting.
Olive will
So
continue to eat her sausage.
yeah, so Defect and this little gnome Grimble go to opposite ends and assume their ready stance, and the orc goes, you all know the rules of a blue match. You fight until one submits or is unconscious. There is no death in a blue match. And
See,
people
there's
are
no
like,
death in blue matches. It'll be fine.
and the crowd like, yeah, give it to him, Grim. Come on, Defect. It's a very mixed crowd. More support for Grim, less support for Defect. Unless those people are calling for Defect to like be beat, or lose or whatever.
They said my name.
And so the gnome draws a sword that has like little kind of like up curving hilts, and kind of like tosses it to side, kind of swings, and then assumes a ready stance with both hands. Defect, what is
I want to try to
your
match his
action pose?
energy. I'm gonna take out my axe and do like a little cool spin in my hand, and then get it ready too.
Cool. He sees you do this, and he kind of smiles, and so he like throws the sword up in the air and like catches it once, and boom, and like and does a little like whoop-de-doo on you again. and puts it in his blade, and then kind of tweaks his shoulder, and the sword like goes foo, and he catches it in front of him, and he smiles.
Is this the whole blue match? This is what it is.
No, but the crowd eats
It's
it
actually a
up.
juggling match.
Bartender
It's
trick.
actually juggling.
Yeah.
It's actually a juggling competition.
I can't top that, so I
Yeah.
kind of just nod at him.
He nods and smiles and like reassumes the, and you notice as soon as he like assumes the like ready stance, he's like all business. Still smiling, but like very much like it's time. And the orc once again, as pit master, it is my pleasure to present to you these two competitors. Defect, are you ready?
Yes. Very sheepishly, yes.
I didn't catch that. Defect, are you ready?
And I nod my head this time and say, yes.
Yeah. Grimble, are you ready? Yeah! And he like waves one hand and then reassumes the sword grip. You may now begin fight! And the crowd starts like chanting and roaring. So, this is going to work in a fun little way here. You're going to make 3 checks in this competition. You are going to make a strength check. You are going to make a dexterity check. And then you are going to make a constitution check.
Okay.
Hey, I'm just curious, does rage, would Defect be raging and affecting the strength checks?
No, not in this case. They're just straight checks. This is, assuming like all like special abilities and stuff are being used. However, if you do not trust one of your ability scores to roll very well, you can substitute one of them with a weapon attack roll. But you must declare it ahead of time.
Okay.
Does that make
Got
sense?
it. Understand. Yep.
Cool. So, first up, we are going to roll a strength check for... Whoops. A strength check with Defect and Grimble. Go ahead and roll a strength check, Defect.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
21. Very good. Very good. Very good. And then we're going to roll a dexterity check, Defect.
Okay. 13.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
And Constitution.
Yep, and a constitution check. Now, you do have the ability to trade out this constitution check for a weapon attack. It's your last chance to do so if you want to. You don't have to.
No, I'll go with the Constitution check.
Okay. Go ahead. Make your constitution check.
16.
All right, cool. So you begin your match, and immediately you both rush at each other. And you notice that this gnome moves almost as fast as you do, even in full plate mail. And he charges right in and meets your axe, boom, blade to blade. And it becomes a flurry of blows and green sparks of energy just... every blow you land on him, he returns one to you. It looks pretty dead heat. You do manage to drive him back a little bit, like he has to fall back, and it is obvious that you are the superior strength in this in the competition. Not by much, but just enough. As you begin to drive him back, he begins executing these battle maneuvers. That's like jumping over the axe, rolling around you, shouting in your face, attempting to like intimidate you at certain moments, catch you off your guard, and he is able to slip past your defenses and start wearing you down. And as he is dancing around you, you're trying to swing and rage, and you're roaring, and you are banging away at him. He is just narrowly escaping, and you are fighting and fighting and fighting. You're holding your good. He's giving you just a little bit more. It is head to head. It is coming in. And you can tell coming up that it is all about who's going to outlast who. And as the battle hits 5 minutes, the crowd is going wild. This is one of the longer matches that has occurred this morning. And you are making an amazing display that is incredible. But this gnome is matching you beat for beat. And slowly, Defect, you start to feel tired. Swinging your axe, your rage expires. You've gone through all of your rage. You have no more rage uses today. Because you have 3, right?
I think it was 4.
You have 4? Okay.
Yeah.
So you've gone through 3. I will ask you if you feel this exhaustion begin to overcome you. Do you want to use the 4th?
Yeah, I have 4.
If you use your 4th, I will allow you to make another con or weapons roll. Up to you.
No, I'll save it.
Okay. You feel yourself beginning to tire. And you know in the back of your mind, like, there might be something you have to do tonight. So maybe hold back. And Grimble hops in and does a jab into your side and whirls around, and the flat of the blade strikes the back of your knee, and you crumble to the ground. And he jumps over you as you swing your axe at his legs. He jumps over and kicks you in the side of the head, and you go boom, unconscious. You awaken in a mere moment. It was just a quick knockout, but the crowd is chanting Grimble's name, and you hear the voice of the orc Brug Boneback, the pitmaster. We once again have a winner in Grimble, Hogsbane Blade Swinger, Tallfella Blade Swinger. He's got a lot of names, but a lot of gumption. And the crowd roars. Defect, you see this gnome sheath his sword and kind of wave to everybody, but then go over to you and like offer his hand to you to like help you up.
Yeah. I'll take it.
He helps you up and he goes, "That was really great. You're a tough guy."
Defect's heartbroken, so he doesn't say anything.
Oh.
He kind of gets a read on this, and he's like, you know, this is an exhibition match. Hold on. And he turns and yells up to Brug. Hey, Brug! What is it, Grimble? I give up!
Aww.
And the crowd just like,
That actually makes me feel worse.
boo!
That makes me feel so much worse.
And Brug shouts back, "That's not how it works, kid. Doesn't matter. You won the fight." He looks back at you. I tried.
Aww.
Kind of like after the initial round of boost, people are kind of like clapping again, like, "Yeah, good show! Like, woo, way to make him feel better!" Like, you know.
Aww.
It seems like this Grimble cared about like your feelings and was like trying to rectify it in a way he thought would work, but wasn't necessarily doing the right thing. But he does like grab your arm and like lift it up above his head, which is like barely above your waist, but he lifts your arm up and the crowd like claps and cheers. And he begins to clap and turns towards you, and like you hear a chant begin in the audience, and it starts grim, 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 and then slowly becomes defect, 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 and like people begin cheering your name like for the pure skill which you demonstrated today. And he like and he like offers you to like exit first as the portcullis raises.
I'll just whisper thanks to him and just lumber off.
Okay.
You're greeted by Griggs screaming, "Defect!" with tears all over their face. Like spittle and tears from being like, "Ah, I'm so happy."
Yeah, so you reemerge out of the pit into this little area. And some people are are gathered around, and they are very much chatting in a, oh yeah, well that was to be expected. But even those people who were kind of like scoffing at you before are looking at you with a new sense of appreciation, Defect, despite your loss. Make an insight check for me, Defect.
11?
With an 11, you can tell that a lot of these people are like reevaluating their opinion of you. And you see a few old competitors come by and like slap you on the back, and they're like, not bad, you bucket of stones. That's the most anyone's gone with the old little gnome guy. Very well done. Normally he lays them out in less than a minute. So you apparently did quite well despite losing.
Yeah, no, Defect, he hears all this, and, you know, he acknowledges everyone's, compliments and ignores everyone else's, boos and whatnot. But he's still hurt inside. Like, he didn't win the way he wanted to win. Even if he garnered some higher level of respect from certain people, like, wasn't the way he thought it would go. So, just kind of quiet acknowledgement from him, and just, walking back to, I guess, the locker rooms and hack up and go.
As you begin to like get your stuff together and leave, Grimble appears at your at the door to your little cubby there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I'm sorry if that happened.
Defect's trying to be tough, so he'll say, "No, you didn't hurt my feelings. I would have been hurt if you had pulled back. So you've put up a good fight."
Well, so did you. Like, it was a really tough and go. Like, if you hadn't, if I had tired out first, it probably would have gone the other way. Like, I was beginning to drag too, but I think I just got lucky. Because you definitely like sent me flying back at the start there. Like, you were overpowering. You got a lot of strength up there.
Thanks.
So like, I'm fairly new here, and I've kind of asked around. I was really intrigued, but was this like your like comeback, like you were hoping to win and like return to the arena?
Is there anyone else in this like locker room?
I mean, there's people around, but like he's at the door to your little like private room that you and Greg were in.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like in there, like at the door, and he's like
right
in front of you.
Defect gets the sense that he's super friendly. So he looks around because he doesn't want anyone else to hear, and then he'll say, "I thought it was my destiny to come back and win."
Oh, I bet it is. Just because you have one bet, I've lost lots of times. But just because you lose once doesn't mean like it's the end of the world or you can't come back and win. You never know what the future holds. That's the weird thing about the future. It's unknowable. Well, my friend Dilo actually is kind of good at it. Sometimes he's able to like shout out a word or something and just redirect things. He's got like a bit of future magic in him. I'm gonna miss him though. He had just left town when I got sucked here. It really sucked. He was dead though. Well, kind of dead, but not dead. We did bring him back to life, but then he was still a little bit dead.
Mostly dead.
Yeah, I too have encountered death on the road, and a number of people who have lost their way from home. But we all make it back eventually. So, if there's anything I can do to help you get back home, please, don't be a stranger.
Well, I've heard it. I have found a name of someone who might be able to help me, but I have no idea where they are. You wouldn't happen to know anyone named Imelad, would you?
Do.
Imelad.
We do, says Food from the
We're
roof.
not there.
Hey,
You're
I'm
not
looking at my
there.
notes.
400 feet away.
Through walls.
Okay, yes.
It's the frog guy.
Yes. Found it. Okay. Defect takes some time. He's like, I think I heard that name before. And then it's
Oh, yeah?
like, no, yes, I do know, actually.
Really? Wait, how well?
He's-
Like, could you introduce me? Like, is he around here or is he somewhere else? Like, where is he?
Trying to find where he's from.
Fay Harbor.
Thank you, Fay Harbor.
Fay Harbor.
Fay Harbor.
Where's that?
Can Greg
It's
just
just-
run into the
no,
ring yet?
Greg, you're there the whole time.
Oh, great. Okay, cool. What do you mean, where's that? You can come with us. It's where we have a house.
Oh, I have a house in Waterdeep. I share it with my friends. It's an inn. It's a tavern, but we live upstairs on the top 3 floors.
That's cool. We don't have a tavern. We just have a big manor.
That's cool.
But you could travel with us. Do you want to beat some stuff up on the way?
No, I kind of just want to get home. I left my friends
Right,
in a bit of a
but,
tight spot, and I think I should get back to them.
Oh.
Honestly, I'm worried about what Lorne will do to the tavern if I'm not there.
Oh.
That's fair.
I mean, we can get back there quick or slow, and it really depends on whether this thing works. You could be part of the experiment to see whether this thing we have works.
Oh, great! What you got?
A sword that opens portals?
Well, that's handy.
Yeah, if it works. It's 50-50.
Do you have it on you now?
No, it's not mine.
Oh, whose is it?
It's somebody in our parties.
Oh,
Well, it was
okay.
the stupid humans, and then the stupid human left us because he's stupid. So now it's all of
Stupid
us.
human.
Yeah, we had a stupid human.
Oh, well,
But we lost him.
I mean, it's not someone's fault if they're not as quick as other people.
No, I mean, it's not. Whatever. Don't worry about it.
Okay,
That's just what his name is. It's fine.
his name was Stupid Human. I mean, I have a
I
lot
mean,
of names, but like that's a odd name for a human.
I mean, he answered to
Was
it,
Stupid his
so
first
sure,
name and
like,
Human his last name? Because that's a little on the
No.
nose.
I guess it's more like a nickname.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I'm good with those. I got like 5 nicknames.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I've decided you're better at killing dragons.
Dragons are very
Any-
hard. I mean, don't feel bad. I mean, I shouldn't tell you this, but I am a member of the Grey Hands in Waterdeep. Like that's like the secret police organization. Well, not secret police. That sounds kind of bad. But like the secret unknown defenders of Waterdeep. I'm one of them.
Ah,
So like, I'm
that's cool.
I'm pretty good at my job. I'll say that. I'm pretty good at my job. I couldn't do it as well without my friends. Like having your friends backing you up and like protecting them. That's how you get to where you
Yeah,
need to go.
I think it's about motivation. I think Defect's better at dragons because that matters. But these fights don't
Yeah,
matter.
not at all. These are just,
Yeah.
practice.
right?
Practice
Defect,
for
you're
the
totally
important
badass.
things. Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
You get it.
Yeah, I think you were just like twitching too much.
Yeah. You know, pressure, stress, anxiety, all these things matter.
Yeah, there you go. That.
Yeah.
I
Well,
used to do that.
well, I don't mean to be rude, but if you do have a way to get to this Fey Harbor, I'd be very interested in doing that.
Yeah, stick with us. I mean, we might get attacked in the meantime, but yeah, we can try to get you there.
Great. Can we do it now?
I mean, like now? I don't know. What do we do
Well,
now?
can we go to your friend who has the sword? Like, are they
I
in
mean-
town?
Can we do that? I don't know. Are we done? Do we need to go somewhere else?
Oh, I was just in the
Yeah.
one match. Are you in more matches?
We
I
have
don't know.
the meeting with the wizard tomorrow about the phylactery. Oh wait, I'm not there.
Coo! Coo!
But didn't. Sorry, real talk though. Didn't you? We pay 2 people off.
There.
Yeah. The 2 people
Yes.
in one match.
We got rid of a match so Defect could move into a match.
Yeah. Yep, you paid off 2 combatants who seemed perfectly okay with taking a guaranteed 35 gold as opposed to betting on themselves and winning. Or losing.
Oh, we should have thought of that.
But yeah.
I mean, that they would accept it so easily.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess if there's nothing else we're supposed to do, I don't know. I've never really been, I mean, wait, no, I've been here. Exhibitions are different.
Yeah, we're not gonna like rank up or move forward. I just do these once in a while, because generally they pay out pretty well, but you have to, win.
Yeah.
You get some money for winning. It comes out of the earnings of the arena itself. So
Interesting. Okay, then yes, I guess we can go find them. I don't know. where
Great,
they'd be.
let's do that.
You go ahead, Grig. I'm just gonna wash up.
Oh well, we'll wait. That's fine. I'm not in a rush. I just thought if we had nothing else to do.
Site?
There's a lot of body area to wash, so it might.
Yeah,
take
you
a
can
long
make an
time.
insight check.
10.
Are there bathing facilities? in this
he-
What are you
vehicle?
trying to tell me, Defect?
Right? There's like a shower stall or something.
There is like a communal bathing area. So are you
Like
inciting
10%.
Defect or are you inciting
I'm
Grimble?
inciting Defect.
Okay, on a 10, what does Grig get off of you, Defect?
Grig knows me well enough to know that I'm still hurting from losing.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll go, but not too far. Why don't we'll go over here? Yeah. We'll go chat for a little while out here, and you guess, cause I don't want to go too far, cause I don't want to lose you. Oh, and don't forget your hat. Or do you want to forget your hat? Do you want to wear your hat? I don't know. You should think about that.
Maybe
Okay,
not in the shower.
enjoy. Come on, Grimble.
It's Grimble Hogsbane Tall Feather Blade Swinger.
Okay, yeah. Tell me about the blade swinger part. I guess you swing your blades. Never mind.
Yeah, pretty much. I also have a rest of a title too. It's the Rock Crasher and Sword of Leland.
Is Leland the axe that talked to you?
No, that was Azure Edge.
Azure Edge. How did you get a talking axe?
Believe it or not, the guy who had it originally was inhabited by a brain dog. And when we removed the brain dog, he kind of died, but we managed to bring him back to life. But so I was the only one who the axe would like hang out with. My friends are a bit of a chaotic mess. I love them,
Oh,
but
The
Yeah, I
axe
know
was
that guy.
lawful good. So lawful good in a chaotic party.
I think
Great time.
I think it's actually lawful neutral, but whatever. It
Even
might have
that didn't fit in our party.
either way, pretty funny.
yeah, it's definitely lawful. And I'm, I was a soldier, and so like I just want to protect people, so I tend to follow the rules. That's why I like this arena. It's pretty strict. The rest of the place, oof, it's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be.
I think Lauren would have a good time here.
Oh yeah.
And definitely Enya. She would go wild in this place, which I guess is appropriate because she's a druid. But anyway,
Being wild, I get it.
yeah, right. So you two go off and continue these conversations. Defect, you sulk and soak. What are the rest of you up to after Defect's match?
Olive is going to finish her ale and turn to Nereus and say, "Is there any reason to stay here?"
We're waiting for the end of the match, and then the supposed theft is going to happen, as well as tomorrow we have to speak to the wizard again about further payment for the phylactery that Spook wishes to destroy.
Right, but the wizard thing is just here in town. Like, is there a reason for us to stay here in this arena?
The theft, they're supposed to be,
Okay.
appearing in the middle of the arena.
I will remind you that is supposed to happen like late at night after the match.
Right.
I mean, yeah. Still, it is in this arena.
Cool.
I suppose Spoots will make their way down to the thing now that the fight is over.
Are we gonna try to like find a closet to hide in, so that we're here?
I mean, is that how this is gonna work? Or we can fly in later?
No, we don't have a plan.
There's no plan.
So how long does Defect take in the showers?
Let's say 20, 30 minutes.
Okay, cool. I'm just gating how long it takes for you all to reconvene.
Mm-hmm.
Time?
Yes.
The thing, while we're walking around, I feel like Greg would once again just try to be scoping out the place and exits and entrances and all that stuff.
Cool. You do all that, and we're going to take a quick little break for everybody here, a quick little bio break, and we will be back in just 5 minutes. And we will meet our rejoined party.
Thank you, my bladder thanks you.
So we'll be right back in 5 minutes. Thank you all very much for hanging out with us. Ives got it. Great to see you. Thanks for the clip and all the cool stuff. We'll be back in 5. Short rest. Go. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us through that short rest. We're back. Eventually you all reunite. About, let's give it like 40 minutes after Defect's match. You hear the crowd going. As you reunite, you realize that, it's obvious to see that Defect is still feeling kind of dejected. Tanner is arguing with his partner off stream.
Olive will offer.
Sorry, I thought it was muted.
That will cheer
It's
her
all
up.
right. You're good. It was cute. You can also see that they have in their company the gnome who Defect fought. And you also all know that you made some promises to people that Defect would win.
Oops.
Yeah,
I think you should
get the
leave
fuck out of town.
But you all reunite. And as soon as you all meet up, this gnome looks at you all and goes, "Hi, I'm Gribble Hogsbane Tallfeller Blade Swinger. Who are you? You must be the friends of Defect and Greg, right?"
Yeah.
I
That
thought we
is
were calling them Grog.
quite
It's
a
the Grog at
name.
the time.
Oh, well, whichever name you used, he would say.
Yeah.
Defect and Grog, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi. You can call me Grim.
Hi, Grim.
Hi. Who are you?
I'm Olive.
Nice to meet you. And he puts his hand out. He shakes it. Who are you? And he looks over to Nereus.
I'm Nereus.
Nice to meet you. Shakes your hand.
You as well.
And you must be...
Were you
That's you.
guessing?
Oh, no, I don't know who you are, so I was hoping you would offer your name. Do you not do that here?
Oh, no, I was just confused that you sounded like you were going to guess it. I was like, do you know my name? Have we met?
No, not at all. I'm Grim. You can call me Grim.
I will call you Grim.
Thank you.
I am Spoot.
Nice to meet you, Spoot.
You can call me Spoot.
I will happily call you Spoot.
All right.
How?
Yeah.
What?
So,
Hello. How can we help you?
Hi.
we
Well,
should
your
prob-
friend here, Defect, was a really good competitor, and then Grog here said that you might know this person I'm looking for, Imelad. He's a wizard of some kind.
Oh, he's the frog guy,
Okay, so you know him. Great.
right? He's the frog
well,
guy, right?
I mean,
okay.
I'm sure, yes.
He's the frog wizard in the Pearl Tower.
Generalizing him as a frog guy, but yes.
Well,
Mine would say that he's a frog and he's not green.
well, that all be. I mean, there's all kinds of people in the world, or worlds, or multiverse, or whatever it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dilo tried to explain it to me one time, and I was just like, okay. Anyway, right. So, we were talking, and I kind of felt bad about beating Defect. I didn't know this was like a big deal for him, so I apologize for that again. But anyway, Grog said that you might have a way to get me to this Fay Harbor place pretty quick.
Maybe. We don't know if it works. But we might.
Well, only one way to try. Or find out, I guess, is to try.
We should probably go because we made promises and we fell through on them, so we should go.
Yeah.
What,
This is why you don't make promises.
We could all go to Fay Harbor.
Let's go.
What promises do you have?
One to a criminal organization and another one to someone I kind of owe some stuff to now.
Who
Oh,
wants
is it
to
like a
Fay
money
Harbor?
thing?
Yeah.
One of them's a money
Oh,
thing.
I can take care of that.
I mean, one of them's a few thousand gold.
Who wants
Yeah.
Fay Harbor?
And
Is
then
that
the
a
other
lot?
one. I have no gold. I have no copper. I have no silver, no electric.
Well, if you can get me to this Fey Harbor place and your thing works, I'll just leave my winnings to you.
So the thing about going to Fay Harbor is that it's a one-way trip.
Well, I just want to go there because then I gotta find Imelot, and Imelot can get me home. I'm not from this plane of existence, I should say. I'm from another
I see.
world called Faerun,
Fascinating.
a city called Waterdeep. Well, I'm not from Waterdeep. I live in Waterdeep now. I'm actually from a place called Shady Bark, which is in the Troll Forest.
Hold on,
But-
I think somebody's calling my name over there.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
no,
bye.
that's not. No.
Wait,
back.
this is fascinating.
You have to figure
Did you-
out how
Thank
to
you.
go.
Did your world have a breaking too?
Well, no, we didn't have a breaking. We have had a spell plague and a time of troubles. So, I think each world has their own, like, crazy time.
Well, I mean, if you wait until tomorrow, I could ask you lots of questions about where you came from. I also have to wait on something that's getting picked up tomorrow.
I walked away. Sorry, I can't talk.
Well,
I don't know.
So are we leaving Boot here and going to Fay Harbor?
I would say this is Tanner speaking. What's the wizard gonna do if we just dumped a phylactery on him and left? He's just gonna keep it.
Yeah, he's got it. It's not ours
You
anymore.
know him now. You
It's
could
not our
send
problem.
You could send a message.
Could send
Hey,
him a
we had to
message.
get out of town.
So
We'd
sorry.
Be in Grey Harbor. You can tell us how much we owe you, and if there's a quick way to get just into your tower without getting caught.
Could we just go there now?
He said it's not ready. It'd be ready
Not ready.
tomorrow.
Maybe we can spend the night.
I'm pretty sure he's not that kind of guy.
Yeah, he was
I think
not
you
the friendly.
say, we have to leave fast, but if there's a quick way to come back to you tomorrow, then we can do that to give you the money and find out what's going on.
Nereus, how does this
Or we're gonna
teleportation
have to
thing
wait.
work? If we can talk to this guy, can he tell you how to teleport back?
Don't we have another?
I have
thing
no
to do?
idea.
Cool.
I'm sorry. I want to help you. I feel like I'm getting a lot of words, but no real context.
Welcome to the group.
Basically,
That's what we do,
Yuri
basically.
made some really stupid promises to people, and now we're probably gonna end up dead.
The money promises, right?
Money promises, and I'm pretty sure that one of them is about more than money.
The moral of the story is that none of us.
Well,
want
like,
to
how
be
much
here
do you need?
anymore.
Like 5,000 gold?
I don't know.
Well, that's what my winnings plus most of my accumulation should be. But from what I hear, this Imelod doesn't really care about money so much as like other things. So you can have all my money, and I'll give you the key to my apartment if you need a place to like lay low.
I think the 5,000 gold sounds great. At least to start, and then I mean, I gave them some information, so maybe we can talk them down a price. I'm a bit concerned about Stark Yarrow. She scares me.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
let's go
she-
to your apartment. Let's try
I
this
like her.
design.
She's nice. I've had dinner at the Black Pearl. I know her.
She is very
okay.
nice, but if she already chewed me out for starting a fight in her bar.
She's just
Ooh.
very.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta follow the
mean-
rules.
Yeah,
There's that. All right.
I may have
So-
telekinesis somebody across the room.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
No,
bad
not me.
form on that
Blast?
one.
You did.
Never
It was
start a
funny, though.
never start a bar fight in the Black Pearl.
It was
So,
funny.
The
Well,
basically the
sure,
moral of the
my-
story is that maybe we should go to your apartment.
Okay,
Okay.
sure.
Correct.
Real plans.
But also something.
I
to
can
do
send
tonight?
people. I can
It-
send people to Fay Harbor now,
There's also
don't
the
need to
theft
send-
in the arena tonight.
and if
Yeah.
someone needs to stay here, I can stay here with someone, and we can go to Fay Harbor tomorrow if there's a safe place to hang out.
There's the theft in the arena tonight.
I'm saying we go to the apartment. We test out the wand so that we can get paid, and then hopefully money actually works instead of a fight, so that we can look into this thing and see if it's Bodo that we need to murder. But
going to the apartment and trying sciences first.
I
If
agree with
anything-
most of the things you said.
If anything, I can get us to Sewell, and then we just travel a short ways by air.
Yeah, whatever. We go to the apartment. We see if we can help out Grimm.
Sewell is like halfway to Fay Harbor.
Although I do have a
we
third
can find
cousin
out.
twice removed named Gribbledy Grom.
That's funny. We met someone named Gripstone.
Gribblefar.
You like the
Believe we're
Gur
getting
names
a
like
little
me.
off topic.
Anyway, yeah. Let's go to your
happens a lot.
apartment and we'll try science.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. Follow me.
Right.
And
What's
he,
the science we're trying?
The sword.
We're trying to get Grimm to Fay Harbor so that Grimm gives us 5,000 gold so that we
Great.
have some extra funds to pay off all the debts. Hopefully money is enough and they don't
Right.
try to kill us anyway.
Great. Somebody said wand, and I had lost track of what kind of wand we were carrying. We're carrying a sword. Great. Olive is there. She has her scimitar. She's ready.
great, yeah. You, phew,
She has Adis' scimitar. She's ready.
yeah, you, and I'm assuming you've attuned to it, so.
Yeah, I tuned to it a long time ago.
Great.
We don't do that until we go to the apartment, please.
Yes.
Okay. No opening portals in places.
In the arena. No,
So
okay.
Open the
you,
portal? That's
you
what you
end
said?
up in a very small apartment. It's maybe like 15 feet. It's just a single room. But it's serviceable, and it's got a little bed in there and a little like chair and table. It seems to be a place like he stays at and sleeps there, but he's not like investing in furniture or whatever, because he's on the way out.
Great.
But he brings you back there. He's like, "Okay, this is my spot. What do you got to do?"
All right. Someone should maybe tell Adis and Kalen that we're coming.
You already know that the blood vial is in Sada's care.
Or Seda. Somebody should call ahead and let them know we're sending a gnome through and that they should throw the armor back.
Who could you be talking about?
Huh?
I mean, I could send a bird, but it would take a few days for it to get there, and that seems less.
Okay, all right, I'll do it.
Oh, you're trying to get your friend to use some of his magic. Got it.
Okay.
We do.
Probably shouldn't have
Rude
used
to
one
open a
earlier.
portal.
I
Oh,
should-
well.
I've got a story for you. My friend Lauren had this robe, but it didn't.
I'll
but it
just
wouldn't
step
like
over here
him.
to send the... Is
So-
that okay? Okay, you keep... Don't
So
worry.
D'Lo had to spend
I
like
just think it's rude. To
one
open a portal
day
to somebody's
every
office,
month,
throw straight
one
into
spell
it.
slot every day for a month to turn the robe into something that would like him.
That's a lot of work. Also, this portal was only open
And it-
for 1 minute.
And it kept
So you'd have to
breaking.
jump through really fast. And you're going to go see a guy named Seda, and then you'll meet our stupid human named Adis, and another stupid human named not Carolee. Kaylin.
Not Carolee. Kaylin. Okay.
Not
Okay.
Carolee.
Carolee. And then
Not
they're going
Carolee.
to help you
Kaylin.
find Emilad. You just tell him that we sent you, and Greg says that he's a stupid human, and then it'll be fine.
Or
Okay.
maybe we could warn them that we're coming. Because A, I really want someone on that end to chuck my armor through the portal. And B, it seems rude to just dump strangers into somebody's office without warning.
Spoot, do you send a
Aw.
message? You're muted again.
You're muted.
Sorry, I forgot I have to do that.
Interpretive dance.
You're right. That's it. Talking with my hands.
It's a theme.
25 characters or less. Do you... Spoot will ask if this message is satisfactory.
Yes.
What?
Are
so-
we... Do we think the armor's in Zeta's office? I'm confused about the armor thing.
Yes.
Yes.
We don't know where it is.
No, you got told by
That it was ready
Oh, by
Yeah.
Mickey.
by Miggy.
by Mickey Mouse.
No. It was not Mickey Mouse. It was Miggy. Migggy. It
Oh, sorry.
was Miggy.
Yeah, we want to be very clear. There was no mouse here. You hear that,
Right.
Disney?
There's a mouse.
There was no
in
copyright
there.
infringement whatsoever.
Right. There was a message that it was ready.
Yeah, and a second message that it was, you had been everything had been paid for,
Everything
and
had
it
been
was in
paid for.
Sada's care. Yeah. So
Okay, great. I know it was all ready. I just wasn't sure if someone had if the armor was physically sitting on Sada's desk.
well, one way to find out.
Okay, great. Spoot, send the message.
What?
Send
Just
the
kidding.
message.
Send the message.
What's the message you sent, Spoot?
If you're ready, we will open a portal to send a gnome friend through and collect Olive's armor. If it's ready,
And if it works.
You get a
If it
response
works.
back very shortly from Seda. Oh, very well. I will be ready in 5 minutes. I will see you then. The vial is in a spare study now. Imagine an empty room with bookshelves, and that should help, I suppose.
Pretty sure that was more than
Sure
25
that's
words, but I'm here for it.
Sure.
Uh,
Seda used exactly 25 words.
Oh wow, that's
Of course he
impressive.
did.
I don't know how to count. Did Olive just answer my sending reply?
Yes,
That's getting creepy. How do you do that?
she has a spell
All right,
called Fire Trap.
5 minutes goes by. Do you attempt to open the portal?
I will attempt to open the portal. I will pull out the latch blade, and I will think about Adis's blood in an empty room full of bookcases.
Okay. You focus and you expend the use of the charge and stab into the air. And you stab at the air, and half of the blade disappears. And you tear down through the fabric of reality, and a 10-foot by 10-foot portal opens up. Seems like as long as it seems like there is no qualifier on the blood having to be yours.
Excellent.
You just
What
need
do
to
we see
know
through the
where it
portal?
is.
What do you?
You see the dark-skinned figure of Seda with his hair tied back, with a box that has some armor on it. It's like thrown over, and a empty kind of storage room. There are bookshelves filled with some sort of stuff, but yeah, it opened up, and Seda is there. Says, Olive, I have your armor right here. Here you
Thanks.
go.
This is
Hi,
Grim. He
Theta.
wants to meet Imelod.
Oh,
Uh, Shove.
very well. Grim just steps through the portal. Hi, I'm Grimble Hogsbane Tallfeather Bladeswinger.
Good luck, bye.
Tell Adis he's a stupid human.
I'm Seda Malor. I hope you're all well.
No, we're about to get dead. It's fine.
We're great.
Oh,
We're in debt
What?
to a mob boss who happens to be my father and is a shitty human. Well,
Where-
he's not a human.
where
shitty
are
goblin.
you?
We're in
Winton.
Winton.
Oh, well, in that case, you should look for portal closes.
Yep.
Yep.
Maybe he'll
Yeah,
send
that
me a
checks out.
message to finish that sentence.
You get a message, Spoot. So sorry about that. Check in with the library there. There's an knowing mistress library that you should be able to find.
Spoot just slaps his forehead. Of course, the library, he says out loud.
No.
It was
Olive's
a
going to try on
library.
new armor.
I didn't
No
know
time
there
to
was a
lose.
library. Did I know there was a library?
To the library. Book spins around.
Great. So it appears that the latch blade works. You have your fancy new armor, and the sun is beginning to go down.
I'm going to try on my new armor.
We don't have time to go to anywhere now, do we?
Fantastic.
Did Spoot learn anything interesting in his time on the roof watching the arena?
Did you go up to the roof to watch the arena?
I sure did. She
Um,
didn't ask, so
okay, sure. It was a fairly easy climb. You had a clear view of the arena floor there.
saw the same old thing that Defect saw.
Yeah, there wasn't like anything there really.
No one followed me up. Just kidding.
What are you searching for? What are you fishing for?
I don't know. I was just up there.
Yeah.
Since Defect pointed it out, I'll tell Defect that I did make it onto the roof, and it was a good view of the center of the arena. I wonder if it's a appropriate vantage point for whatever shenanigans may occur tonight, or maybe, ooh, excuse me, too much nervous energy earlier. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's a useful place to be tonight.
Well, you'll have
Hey
to
guys, look at
find
my cool
out.
new armor.
Indeed.
Looks great.
Well, I was talking to Defect, not the
Yeah.
goblet, not the gnome. I mean,
Yeah, well, the gnome is gone.
Noma's gone.
Gnome's gone.
good.
And Defect is, still in his moody state, so he's just kind of staring outside the window. You're talking to him, and he's just kind of like, mm-hmm.
Olive has donned her new fancy armor that you see is kind of made of like leathery plates that appear to be overlapping one another. And she looks quite armored up. She is now wearing boule hide armor.
Boule, that's right.
Yeah, boule hide armor. Which does have a special feature. It requires attunement.
Does it require attunement?
Yeah.
Nah.
Or
does not.
no, it does not. No, it does not.
No attunement.
Nah.
Sorry,
No.
I misread that.
I just wear it.
Yep. It does have a special feature though.
It is and resistant to bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Nice.
So good job
So
there.
the next time someone drops a dragon on me,
Yeah,
Right.
you'll take half
we're
damage.
good. Yeah.
Very cool.
And you think Nereus loves your armor.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Nereus thinks it looks quite fetching.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Great. So, all this concluded. What is you have a plan to make for what you're going to do this evening about this theft here. So that is something that you will have to enact and figure out next time on Nuuli Forged. As
What?
we wrap up here. So yeah, that's where we're going to end tonight's session, on this cliffhanger of what are you going to do about this upcoming robbery as the sun
And
goes down.
We're in horrible debt. Slash.
We have the money.
Oh, yes. Grim did leave you a signed slip of paper that pretty much says, I, Grimble Hogsbane, Tallfeather Blade Swinger, leave names, my winnings from the arena to be collected post haste. Thanks a lot for all the fun adventures and fighting. It was good, but I'm going to go home now. It kind of rambles off a little bit at the end. He took a few minutes to write it while you were getting ready and passed it off on the way. So you just need to pick it up at the arena, and it seems like it will be yours.
Cool.
All right. That means we have to go back to the arena.
Yep. But yeah. Oh, and Ives Got It has just resubscribed for 14 months. Thank you, Ives Got It.
Right.
Thanks you very much. It is the end of every stream is a cliffhanger. You are 100% correct. Because why not? Why not?
Sure.
Great. So let's go around, say our goodbyes. We will be taking the next 2 weeks off. So there will be no show on the 18th, and there will be no Nuuli Forged on the 25th as well. Work and obligations have prevented us from partying down those 2 weeks, but we'll be back after that, which I'm sure there's a real date for that escapes me at the moment. But stay tuned to all our social media to keep up to date with our glorious misfits here. And our schedule. And yeah, be active, comment, like, subscribe, do all the things. We're going to go around, we're going to say goodbye, and I'm going to figure out who we're going to raid. Let's start up in the top. June 1st. Thank you, I've got it. Best mod, keeping me on my toes, on my shit, whatever. Good job. So we will be back June 1st at 7 p.m. back at the regular time slot. And we'll go from there. And it'll be glorious. So plug anything you all want to plug. we'll start with our goodbyes with Matt, with Spoot. Spoot up here. Spoot,
Hi,
Spootaton.
Spoot up here, played by Matt
Yeah.
down here.
Down here. I'm
Terrible
Matt down
plugs.
here. I'm Spoot up here. I'm Matt down here.
I feel like the two should be reversed. Terrible at plugs, as you probably are all aware. So thank you, good night, and see you in 3 weeks, which is also June 1st.
Thank you. Glorious. And hopping on down to Nereus.
I'm Tanner. I played Nereus. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Wonderful. Hopping on to Olive.
Hey, that's me. I'm Sarah, and I've been Olive. And you can follow us, follow Nuuli Forged, Nuuli Forged, on YouTube, where you can see all of our past episodes, and also on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. And I think I cut them all now.
Yeah, you got
They're all at Nuuli Forged. Also, you can subscribe to our Twitch channel, which, if you're watching this on Twitch, you're here. Just hit subscribe.
Welcome.
Anyway.
And you can also donate to us if you really like us. You can
Oh, yeah.
do that too.
Also that.
You don't have to, but if you want to,
yeah,
it's an option.
We don't turn down presents. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope I see you in a couple weeks. I don't know if I'm gonna make that day.
Well, here's hoping. We'll find out.
It's opening night.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, we'll find out.
Yeah. Cool. That's
You can
all.
watch on Twitch at twitch.tv. No, I'm just
Got
kidding.
Nuuli Forged.
I mean, you had it, and then you.
It's a slash. I got it wrong.
Yeah.
Well. Moving on to Greg.
Greg, that's me, also known as Grog, depending on the day. I'm also Amber, as of now. Thanks for watching. No real relevant plug except that if you haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, the answer is do it.
I would like to see that.
I
Yeah.
want to see that as well.
Oh
Do
yeah.
it.
Also have this cool dice tray that my friend Paul at Broken Lance Woodworks made.
Oh, nice.
I would say for Amber, wish death upon the mouse that had the audacity to run across the
I
room.
know, it just was like bloop, it said right there.
Oh, that was a real mouse, not
It
a
was a real mouse.
not
Oh.
mouse.
Oh no.
Damn, I missed that entirely.
It
I
was a
also
real
missed
mouse,
that
just went,
entirely.
oh, hello. Yeah. Anyway,
they're
let's
cute when
finish
they're
up.
this
We're
big.
finishing up. We're
They're
so
cuter when they're
distractible.
outside.
You can tell that all of us are working too much right now.
Yeah.
Very
Someday
much.
I'll sleep again. Moving on. We got Defect. Go, buddy.
Yes, me. Thank you guys for watching, and no plugs, so we'll just see you in 3 weeks.
Glorious. And my name is Jared. I have been your humble dungeon master here. Do all the social medias that Sarah told you about. And if you would like to hear Matt and I talk about stuff D&D related, we have a podcast, Mid-Level Adventurers. Season 1 is nearing the end of the release on YouTube. Episode 23, Role-Playing in D&D, dropped today. You can check that out on any podcast platform or on YouTube if you want to just like have the whole thing playing in the background. And we got new episodes coming soon. We're going to have season 2 starting right quick here.
Soon.
Maybe I should listen to these. I might learn something.
Right.
Mid-leveler adventurers.
Mid-level adventurers. That is correct.
Yeah, I know, I'm just what is the,
MIDLBL.
like Fast and Furious.
Yes.
way to
MID.
make it.
Oh,
Yeah.
to make it the second season. That's a good idea.
Oh,
all right,
that's
everyone
brilliant.
vote on the name for our second season and
Right.
go.
And we are going to raid Kirik the Orc. So thank you all very much for hanging out with us tonight. We will see you back here June 1st. Be safe, be kind, take care of each other, don't overwork yourselves, get some rest, drink water. And that is it. Have a great night, everyone. Goodbye. 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 Thank you, I've got it. You're the best.